Hello everyone. So today we are going to see about contemporary and future trends in architecture. So contemporary and future trends in first place refers to nanotechnology. So all the smart materials which are in evolution and which is going to rule the future world in general and in architecture have the basics of nanotechnology. So we'll see what nanotechnology is and what is its application in architecture. So the basic or the complete content is being taken from Nanomaterials in Architecture, Interior Architecture, designed by Sylvia Letager. So firstly, what is nanotechnology? So nano means in Latin, in Greek it is called as nanos, or which means drop or the smallest particle. So nano is not possible to see using naked eye. So the term nanotechnology by itself was coined in 1974. It has been stated that historically you can see a lot of nanotechnology used articles, nano gold, which is being used in a lot of articles in early ages. So here nanotechnology refers to millionth of mm. So mm is already one segment of 1 centimeter, and it is the millionth of mm, which is on the other hand called as 10 to the power of minus 9. So we'll see general definitions. So in German Federal Ministry of Education and Research on nanotechnology have defined nanotechnology as which refers to the creation, investigation, and application of structures, molecular materials, internal interfaces, or surfaces with at least one critical dimension or with manufacturing tolerance of less than 100 nanometers. So the basic idea of, in general, nano technology refers to use of minimal amount of raw material or energy, which both on the economic side as well as the ecological side, you will have a better output. You will use the minimum of raw material or energy and you will get the maximum output out of it. So how it happens is, say you have 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cube. So if you apply color to such a cube, the surface will get colored. So if you try to break it into smaller parts, say into 1 mm cubes, so again the outer surface of each and every 1 mm cube will have tinted. So what happens if we crush the particle into minor smaller granules and then you use pigmentation onto it? So it will completely absorb the pigmentation and it will have a complete color. So this is the impact of nanotechnology. So this is what we are going to see now. So the resource which is going to be used will be a very minimal in amount, which will have a huge impact on the other side. So again, it is not alone in architecture. Nanotechnology is already being used in aerospace, electronics, automotive, medical, food, and environmental technology. So in architecture, there are like two basic differences of using materials by architects. So one is honesty of the materials. Few architects will always want to see the originality. So whatever they see, they will get it. So if it is going to be good, that is going to be the original high quality wood. And on the other hand, you can see fakes. That is, you can see artificial surfaces. So you can have wood-like texture in various materials. So that is fakes. And using nanotechnology, you can achieve the third part, which is nano surfaces. So you will have the exact quality of wood which can be achieved as such using nanotechnology. So the basic or the core of any functional idea can be taken and it can be manipulated using nano particles. So first we'll see the Lotus effect. So we already know Lotus does not have any observed water onto its leaf surfaces. So this is because of its microscopical texture. It has a very rough texture on its surface which we cannot see directly unless we use microscope. So that is what the image is being given at the bottom. So this is the microscopic image which shows the surface of the leaf. So since it is having a rough surface, water particles does not penetrate or tries to stay on the surface. It will just run off. So this is also called as hydrophobic or water trickles of concept. So this is being used as a self-cleaning quality in paint and other glasses and other surfaces. So this is being investigated firstly during 1970 and it is being implemented and used in various areas. So the major and important aspect of these Lotus effect is the surface which have these kind of effects or these nanoparticles onto it must exposed to the water regularly. So if we take wood as one major example, due to weathering, wood will undergo a lot of process, and after a long period of time, you can have a lot of color changing and erosion on the surface of wood. Why? Because it absorbs a lot of moisture, it expands, it shrinks, and due to all these, the quality of the wood may get depleted. So these can be avoided using these kind of Lotus effect application over it. So what happens is the contact between water and wood will be minimized as there is going to be a layer in between both, and the water particles that splatters on the wood will not penetrate inside, rather it will convert into smaller droplets and it will run off. So while running off, what happens is the smaller water particles will take off all the dust particles which are already onto the surface, and so it exposes a clean surface. So this is a water droplet and this is going to be the surface. So if you have a lot of dust particles on the surface, while the water droplets are moving, so it will take over all the dust particles and it will clean the surface. So the examples of these kind of surfaces is, so in firstly the Arapakis Museum in Italy. So this is designed by Richard Mayer and partners. So the product which is being used is Lotus self-cleaning paint, which is having the Lotus effect onto it. The manufacturer is Stuo, and it was opened during 2006. So here the self-cleaning coating is being used on the surfaces since it have all pure white surfaces. So these coatings will ensure the durability of the color. So when the durability will increase, the maintenance cost and the replacement of the old paint cost will get reduced. So it is so economical to use these kinds of surfaces on the commercial areas. Then the second building is the commercial building PULA, CROATIA. So this is by Russian architecture, and the product used is Lotus self-cleaning paint, again by the same manufacturer. So here this is a lighting design product manufacturer's building. So it is having a sculpted effect, and here in this sculpted effect they used a pure white paint which again have the same Lotus effect coating onto it. So this is again to help in protecting the building's color from dirt. And the third is the private residence in Germany. So the difference here is that here they have tried with a different texture onto the surface. Here they have a facade which creates shadow and reflection effect, which is used by a traditional plastery slurry technology. Here the self-cleaning paint is being mixed along with the slurry and is being coated over. So traditionally what happens is in Germany they will have long eaves on their roofs. So when we have overhanging eaves from the roofs, it will try to protect your building surface from rainwater. So rain is going to be the essential part to have this kind of application of self-cleaning. So they have reduced the sizes of the eaves and they have implemented it. Next is Stuttgart's housing. So this is a renovation project which was built in 1970s. It is a housing estate. Here the self-cleaning composite is being added along with the facade coatings and it is being applied onto the exterior. Next is self-cleaning photocatalysis. So these are hydrophilic surfaces. So here what happens, or the basic difference between the previous one and this one is, here the dirt will get broken into smaller particles, very minute loose particles using UV rays which can be acquired by sunlight. Then a film of water is going to wash off all the dirt away. So previously we have seen droplets of water. Here the water will be formed as a film, a thin sheet kind of manner, and it will take up all the loose broken down dirt particles which is being stored on the surfaces. So this will also help you in reducing the maintenance. So to make this photocatalyst work, we need to have proper UV radiation or sunlight onto the surface, then exposure to air, humidity, oxygen and water. So again this is also self-cleaning, but then the terminology self-cleaning has always been mistaken. It is not meant, it is not at all clean or it may not be clean at all. It means that the interval between the cleaning cycles can be extended. So which will help you in facility management. When we go for large skyscrapers kind of thing, so the exterior facades can be maintained well when we have these kind of catalyst input. Again, this is going to be a photocatalyst. So photocatalyst means it is going to help you in or induce the reaction. So here the first image shows that this you have a lot of particles which is exposed to sun. Again the particles will be broken down into smaller pieces. Then during rain it will make a film and it will wash off all the dust particles. Then you will have a clear, clean, dirt-free facade. So again its example, the first one is Muhammad Ali Center in USA. So this is by Blinder Bell Architects and Planners. So the product which is being used is Hydrotech photocatalytic self-cleaning ceramic tiles here. So here on the exterior facade they have used a lot of ceramic tile which depicts boxes onto it. So this is going to be a public place, a common place where people are going to come in and trained up. So here they have the photocatalytic self-cleaning surface coatings which also have a air purifying content onto it. So it also purifies the air which is being polluted by the nearby vehicles and industries. So next is the NARITA International Architecture School, Japan. The architecture is Nikken CK Limited, Japan. So So the product which is being used here is ever-fine coat, which have titanium dioxide photocatalyst as self-cleaning membrane. So here what they have done is they have renovated a large section of the apple, and which is being covered using textile roofing membrane. So these membranes offer a lot of protection against weather. So to improve the comfort of the passengers who are below using these places have to be comfortable. So for that they have used these photocatalyst self-cleaning coating, so that the membrane will be clean as well as it will have good lighting penetrated inside, and you will have a very good comfort beneath your cabin. Next is G-flat Tokyo, Japan. So the architecture is KOMPETENZ-CENTER this architecture workshop in Japan. So here they have used again the photocatalytic self-cleaning in glass. So they have used the coating applied on the glass surface so that it will be transparent and clean throughout. So you can see the complete estate is being used by huge glass planes. So it is not possible to clean it regularly and everywhere. So they have used this kind of characteristic. So next is MSV Arena Soccer Stadium in Germany. So the architect is RT Plan Burkhard from Germany. So here they have used Pilkington Active, which is again a photocatalytic self-cleaning glass membrane. So here they have a very huge glass frame installed on their facade, which is around 1500 square meters. So since it is going to be glass as a front facade membrane, so along with the self-cleaning function, the glass also offers solar protection and noise insulating properties along with the catalyst which is being used. So next we'll enter into easy to clean nanotechnology process. So here the smooth surface which we are going to use will reduce surface abstraction. When we have a very clean, very smooth surface, obviously the dust is not going to get deposited onto the surface. So it can also be called as dust repellent. So these ETC surface coatings can be applied to any surface, make it even more smoother and to make it dust repellent. So it does not require any UV light to function as just like before, and it also have hydrophobic surface particles properties. So during if you have any water which has been sprayed on that, it will not form a film of water, rather it will run off as droplets itself, and that droplets again will take off the dust and move. So the water runs off in any inclined ETC surface and forms as droplets, and it will wash off all the dust which is being coated over. So this is basically used in a lot of sanitary appliances as a coating and in shower cubicles, inside the shower cubicle basins. It can also be used in various kind of materials like wood, metal, masonry, concrete, leather, and also in textiles, since it is having a very good hydrophobic coating onto it. And it is based on the angle on which the water droplets are going to hit the surface, the degree of wetting and the function of cleaning will also be done. So for this, the case study examples are: first it is Science to Business Center, Nanotronics and Bio in Germany. Its architecture is Hen architecture in Germany. So here in the interior they have used a lot of robust nano ceramic wall coverings basically. So these coverings are flexible and it is water repellent also. It can act as vapor permeable and impact resistant surface coatings. So it can be just applied as a normal wallpaper as such. So these are available in roads. And the actual product is CC Flex Nano Ceramic Wall Covering. So not only as wallpapers, it can also used for the replacement of wall tiles in toilet areas or in other bathroom areas. If we have replacement items, we can go for these kind of wall coatings. So it will repel the water, and it has a water repellent adhesive along with that, so which will help us in protecting the joinings also. Next is KALDEWEI COMPETENZ-CENTER in Germany. So here, this particular center is steel manufacturer place. So here they have depicted the steel on the exterior. So these are steel enamel panels which is being colored. The facade is completely based on steel enamel panels. So here these panels are equipped with easy to clean coating, and they are manufacturers of bathtubs also. So they have used all their manufactured bathtubs with these kind of coatings. Then it is a private residence in Switzerland. So this particular private residence is on the seashore area, which is directly exposed to a lot of humidity and air. The overall building facade is being treated with vertically slated large wood. Again, wood is when wood is directly exposed to water and air, it will erode and the color may get damaged. So this kind of coating, which is semi-colored nanoboyous nature hydrophobic wood treatment layer is being given onto it. So rather than the conventional type of varnishes which is being coated onto the wooden surface, these are very transparent and breathable coating or layer on which the wood are just dipped in and taken off. So these coating will help the wood to have its natural look. The grains will be directly seen. So this is a very transparent layer. So it will also help the wood to last long. Then is the modern classism Shanghai, China project, so which was done by MODEM Design International, China. So here what they have done is, here they have various different materials used inside the chandelier, which is having a lot of glass particles, and say the staircase, which is being here made up of natural stone. Everything is being coated with easy to clean coatings. So these coatings, along with easy to clean property, they have antibacterial and warming property as well. So it will have a very good atmosphere created inside the space. So with this, this particular part of nanomaterials and architecture is